Hi everybody, welcome to Common Sense True Crime with Holly. I hope you're doing well. Please hit that like button if you like this video and want to support the work that I'm doing. I wanted to do a video on something that is now one of my main theories about what happened to Summer. There's some things in this case like drywall, the red Subaru, that make me think of Summer's case. Starlink always makes me think about Don saying Starlink is my friend. The Dern knee brace, Brandis's knee brace, that's something else when I hear that I just immediately think about Summer's case. But the orange soda is what I want to talk about tonight. That was in the back seat in the picture of Summer sleeping in the back, where people are doubting whether she was even alive there or not. What was in the orange soda, and why did Grandis tell a different story? Let's listen to what she said to someone.
At what point did Grandis see Summer take a swig out of the orange pop bottle?
That's after they had picked her up from the hospital, after the swimming deal.
Okay, so after the swimming deal and they picked her up from the hospital.
Yes.
And
Sorry. Go ahead. After they dropped Hunter off, Summer picked up that soda and started to take a drink. Grandma yelled at her and said, "No, Summer, don't drink. It's been in here for a while," and gave her a small bottle of water.
When I heard this months ago, it really stuck out to me why Grandis would want to include in her story this orange soda that was seen in the back seat with Summer. It really made me suspicious of what might be in that soda, and how is she trying to cover up to say, oh, she was drinking it, I told her not to just because it was old. But it makes me suspicious that there was something in that bottle that Grandis knew was there that may have put Summer in the state that we see her in that picture. Donna Serafina talked about this in her reading as well.
On the carousel ride. Okay, so here's my alternate, and I'm being shown my alternate, so I'm not sure why, but my alternate is she was dying or in the early stages of death. And I know experts said, no, but she could have just took her last breath 5 minutes before that, or else being slowing down of the heart, where she's like, to me, I got a little spirit energy on my leg. Slowing down of the heart. So did she have dry drowning? If she did, it feels like if.
Okay, so my opinion, and this is a strong one, is that there was no dry drowning, there was no accident. The fact that CPS was investigating, had just been there, probably had a warrant to come back the day after Summer went missing, that's too much of a coincidence for me than to think she had an accident. But what I am starting to believe is that Summer was drugged. Drugged to either be handed off in selling her, or drugged to be killed so that she was no longer around when it was time for CPS to examine her. That's my theory. That's what I think happened. And I started listening to other stories of mothers whose children had died due to their drug addiction. And it's so common that I really had to just stop and was amazed to think, as much drugs and alcohol as Candace has been involved in her whole life, I think for us to think that she never gave Summer anything at any point, or Summer didn't accidentally, when she was high, get into something, I think we would be naive to say that. I think it's almost certain with the level of addiction there with Dawn and Candace that she ingested some things, and I think that they may have taken her out with that. Possibly the painkillers they got for grandmother. That's what I'm thinking. Let's listen to some stories of other mothers that had addiction problems and what happened that, kind of correlates with what I'm saying.
A 37-year-old Grand Rapids woman who gave the drug methadone to her 5-week-old daughter has been sentenced to prison for child abuse. Jennifer Lynn Pickard got 18 months to 3 years in prison when she was sentenced. Today, Judge Mark Trusock told Pickard there was no justification or excuse for what she did in late September. Investigators say Pickard gave the girl methadone because the baby was being fussy. She became unresponsive and had to be revived with Narcan. A hearing is set for early March. At that time, they will determine if the child should be made a ward of the court.
Charges upgraded for a mother in a 2-year-old case. The Mobile County District Attorney's Office now alleging Miranda Smith caused the death of her newborn. Shelby Myers has been digging into court documents in this case and is joining us in the studio with what she discovered. Shelby.
Lenise, Miranda Smith went to court today expecting to get a trial date on a child endangerment charge and was arrested on a new charge alleging that endangerment caused her newborn's death. Miranda Smith with a new mugshot in Metro Jail today.
The original charge was chemical endangerment of a child, and the upgraded charge is chemical endangerment of a child which resulted in the death of that child.
Tonight,
Alec Larson spoke to us next to his daughter's gravesite.
So I just want her to know that I'm still here, and that I'm going to make this spot the first thing everybody sees when they come up. That's kind of the last thing I can do for her.
The 23-year-old father still finds it hard to believe his 5-year-old daughter died from a meth overdose. An affidavit obtained by the Problem Solver shows Sophia Larson had a very, very high number of methamphetamine in her blood.
The fact that I can't hold her, I can't tell her anything, I don't know how to properly describe how much I miss her.
Prosecutors have charged Sophia's mom, Stephanie Alvarado, and her 2 cousins with child abuse resulting in death, possession of meth, and reckless endangerment. The 3 adults admit smoking meth, and court records reveal Stephanie telling one cousin Sophia has drank some water and had a yucky reaction.
If they would have taken her when they saw her drink that, my daughter would still, maybe a little slow and not right in the head, but my daughter would still be here with me today.
According to court records, the 3 adults watched the little girl hallucinate. Sophia said that she was seeing monsters and demons, but no one rushed Sophia to the hospital until she collapsed more than 3 hours later.
I know this is sensitive. I'm Rob Lowe with Fox 31.
2 weeks ago, before she was charged, we happened upon Stephanie Alvarado at her daughter's gravesite.
Are you getting rehab?
No, not yet. Not yet. I mean, I'm doing fine. I just feel like I'm just waiting to see what's going to happen with investigators and everything, so.
For Sophia's sake, Stephanie?
Yeah.
Do you think you should get rehab?
Yes. I think so.
But even if she does, Alec Larson says he can never forgive his ex-girlfriend or the addiction that led to Sophia's death.
It's changed me in a way that scares me. I know I miss her every second of every day.
Court records reveal that when Sophia Larson started hallucinating, her mother's 2 cousins thought she might be possessed by the devil. So while high on meth, they started praying and quoting Bible verses instead of taking her to the hospital. The mom later said she waited to get help because she was afraid of getting in trouble. Now she and her cousins could face years behind bars. Rob Lowe, Fox 31.
Yes, absolutely.
Wow, it's so sad and hard to watch. So what do you think? Does it stick out like a sore thumb to you like it does to me? The fact that when Grandis would talk about that day, she would include an orange soda in the details. It was just laying in the back seat, and if there was nothing to that soda, why would she make such a point to say, I told her to stop drinking it? That tells me to look at the orange soda. And I think they may have drugged her. until she took her last breath and she was out of the way. Let's get justice for Summer. Please leave your comments and let me know what you think about this theory. Thank you for watching and supporting me. Have a great weekend. Bye.